Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Boschman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive Podcast. In this episode, we're going to take a look at February 2024, the forecast for each life path number. Before we get into it, though, this, of course, is a general reading. If you would like a personalized reading, please book some time with me. My information is in the description box below. We can look at your year ahead forecast, your full numerology report, your compatibility with your partner, your siblings, your dog, your friends, whatever, your business numerology, you name it, we can pretty much look at it. So if it's something you're interested in, book some time with me. You can find my information again in the description box below. I'd love to work with you. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at February. My beautiful 33 sixes. You all are working with some big, beautiful energy this month. So you've got the energy of the 7 and you've got bald eagle energy. So this is big, fearless leadership type of energy, full of ambition, right? It's very interesting though, because when we couple the 7 with the eagle, it's so aligns, right? Because if you think of the eagle, its head is in the clouds, but it's got to come down to earth to survive, right? So the eagle is, typically you're going to see the eagle high in the sky, whether they're perched on a high tree or some kind of high, landing, or they're flying, right? They're soaring in the sky. So their heads in the clouds, but they have to come back to earth to survive, right? That's where their nutrients are. There's this sustenance, they're everything. So the metaphor here is that you're kind of being asked to merge all sides of yourself, right? And that is 7 energy. The 7 is very ethereal, very spiritual, very, psychically connected, but it's also very logical, practical, mental, right? Like very physically grounded. And the 7 is meant to be the bridge in this lifetime for itself. And so for you all, you're working with these 2 very powerful energies, reminding you of the importance of both or all sides of yourself, right? The very spiritual, head in the clouds, optimistic, idealistic, ethereal, spiritually connected side of yourself. The bigger, something bigger than self side of yourself that you're also a part of, but the also very physical, logical, practical, knowledgeable side of yourself. And you're meant to be merging both of those. So this month, you could see some things come in where, you're meant to use your intuition, but also the facts, the information that's being presented to you. And from those sources, make your decisions, right? Like be the leader in your own life, of course. And because again, eagle is about leadership, is about ambition and fearlessness. So be fearless in your decisions. Be a leader in your decisions. And in order to do that, we have to follow our heart, follow our intuition, follow our inner knowing, that inner compass, as well as the reality of what is being presented to us, right? So it's easy sometimes, and I would say, especially for 33s, right? Because you all are typically a 33 is very sensitive to energy, to, the spiritual side of things. There's like a deeper sort of knowing with 33s. We all have that, but there's like this deeper connection with 33s that's almost innate. So you are meant to, this month, really, truly combine the 2, right? Use that innateness, use that intuition, that inner knowing, and whatever's being presented to you, the reality of what is being presented to you in the physical, right? Without having the rose-colored glasses on, without becoming too idealistic, but seeing things for what they are, and then following your guidance. I think that's going to be a really big theme for you all this month, taking the leadership in that and trusting yourself when you make those decisions, because you're making it from the space of your own knowledge, your own wisdom, your own intuition, your own inner guidance system, and what's being presented to you, right? And so you can use this with people, places, and things. So if someone is presenting, if someone's taking an action, if someone does something, instead of making excuses for that person, instead of seeing their greatest potential, see them for how they're presenting to you now. See them for how, meet them where they're at is what I'm trying to say, right? Meet this person where they're at, just as you would want them to do for you. Meet them where they are at and make the decision from there. So again, this is going to be a month, I think, where things could come up for you where you really have to get grounded, but also keep your head in the sky, right? Like really use your intuition, your inner guidance system, as well as the reality of what is being presented to you, and make your decisions from there. Okay, so with the 34-7 or the 7 energy, this can be also about like final settlements or agreements. So you could find, for some of you who are moving through some kind of legal agreements or settlements type thing, you could see that come to fruition at this point in time or be fully settled, right? So that could also fall under like contracts. So if you are contracting with a company, that could be finalized and you could see things moving forward. If you're moving through some kind of like, again, any kind of settlement, right? Adoption, marriage, divorce, et cetera, some kind of like inheritance settlement. You could see that come to fruition at this time or be settled, right? So that you can see how it's going to turn out. This is interesting too, because it's also brings about this energy of like rapidly moving towards your goals at this time, which I ties in beautifully with eagle energy, because there's a swiftness, right? It's like once the eagle sees its prey or sees what it wants, it's very swift and acutely accurate in going after what it wants, right? And getting what it wants usually. So there's definitely something here about, rapidly moving towards your goals now, like getting the green light and feeling like you have the momentum to be able to move towards your goals, but with accuracy, with, a system in place, right? Some kind of strategy in place. You have the potential to really meet those goals also. So if this is something you've been working towards or moving towards, that you've been planning, this is a time when you could see that come to fruition as well. Also, communications, messages could come through at this time that could be life-changing with this energy. So pay attention to opportunities that come in for you that maybe are unexpected or even expected, but just pay attention to what someone's, what people are saying, what direct contact comes through that might pique your interest, but also scare you a little bit, like make you a little bit nervous about saying yes to it, just because of, again, the self-sabotaging that usually comes in, right? That's self-defeating. So this could be a month where you really have to overcome those self-defeating thoughts, that self-defeating behavior, especially with eagle energy coming through. So pay attention to your opportunities that present at this time through communication, because there could definitely be some life-changing opportunities that come in for you this month. Also, this is a great opportunity for romance. The love vibe is heightened now, so for this energy. So yeah, that could be something you could meet a potential partner at this time. This is also a great energy for getting married or, again, adoption, anything contractual, right? Because, again, those agreements could be finalized at this time and be successful. Travel is also really supported now. So if you're traveling for pleasure, this is a great time to do that. Definitely take advantage of it if you have an opportunity to do so. Yeah. And I would also say, again, I just want to reiterate before I close, just keep coming back to or being aware of, are you the bridge this month, right? Like, are you too head in the clouds, or are you too grounded? And how can you incorporate a little bit of the other so that you become balanced between the two? Because I think that you being the bridge this month is really going to serve you the greatest, especially when it comes to making important decisions. So use all sides of yourself this month. And I would say to do that always. But sometimes certain circumstances require us to really tap into both. And I think with eagle energy and the 7 coming through, that is very potent this month, where, see things for how they are, see how it's being presented to you, follow your gut, make your decisions from there, and trust yourself. So big energy, 33 sixes. I hope it's a great February. Take care. Bye for now.